Today I wanted to give you a real quick breakdown on just some of the flow of what I do here. What's going on, guys? My name is Jay Kraft with the Facebook group Bull Around Pickers Lounge, and I'm coming at you again today to talk to you about my warehouse space. It came to my attention the other day that there is actually some people who talk about thrifting who don't actually sell online. And I heard kind of a bit of point of contention on it. Some people saying that it was kind of a scumbag thing to do, and other people saying that, you know, if they had good advice, it would be okay that they're still out there and talking with people and stuff like that. I'm of the volition, just do whatever the heck you want to do. It doesn't really matter to me. Do what makes you happy, enjoy it. But I got brought into it, and I was asked if I even did thrifting, and that if I even did selling. And you know, I have my eBay store, my Amazon store, but a lot of people see my set from the show. They see that very clean and polished set, and in contrast to other creators on the platform, they don't ever really see my warehouse. They don't see where I actually conduct business. So I thought I would bring you guys with me just for a real short kind of walkthrough. It's not going to be a deep walkthrough. If you want a deep breakdown, like a concise, like, you know, what do I need to keep stocked on my workbench for pack and ship, then I can get you that video. We have a private training video on that. Just ask for it. I'll be happy to send you the link. But I am going to be doing an updated one, but that's part of a special series that I'm putting together where I will be gradually walking you through everything. But today I wanted to give you a real quick breakdown on just some of the flow of what I do here, because I know that's one of those things that it's very difficult to explain to each person how to do it, because my warehouse, the size, the shape, the layout, it's going to be different than yours. But I think you might be able to draw some pointers, might be able to take some things away. And like I said, it's not going to be hyper detailed, but I just kind of want to give you an overview of how somebody who's been thrifting for 10 years and listing online, how they enjoy doing business. I do want to preface this by saying I have just moved. I moved 3 months ago, and during that process, the build up to the move, 6 months prior, I started liquidating items out online. And we actually get to hear that a second time because I live on a cul-de-sac. I can only assume that there's kids down there buying ice cream right now. That is a negative. There's my neighbor leaving for work. As I was saying, this isn't going to be a detailed breakdown. We're going to kind of be putzing around and looking at a few things, and hopefully my flow can benefit your flow, and you can pick up some of the minutia, the little fine details of what I do and why I feel it's kind of made my process a little bit better. As I was saying though, 3 months ago, liquidated my inventory. I went from 1,200 items down to 200 items. I found it cheaper and easier to mark my items down, let people buy them, than pay a moving company to move them all. And I know it seemed a little bit absurd, you know, in this day and age. I only moved a couple hundred miles, but I actually have 4 or 5 different businesses that I'm working with here out of this house. But it's one of those things though, guys. So I liquidated my inventory down. It would make things easier for me to be able to get things moved, hire a moving company, yada, yada, yada. We had a lot going on. So here we are now. So let me show you, first off, we're gonna take a look at my workstation back here. Okay guys, so this is the workstation. It starts over here on this side, and it's pretty straightforward. We have a absurd amount of pack and ship supplies, and I tell everyone that you should have every single type of supply that USPS offers for free. You should have it here in spades. And like I said, I'm going to be going further into detail in other videos about all of the things that you see, but I like having a nice clear area to work with. I normally don't have my laptop out here. This is just out here for entertainment while I'm getting things a little bit tidied up. Another host of materials across the top, non-USPS materials up here. We have poly bags all the way down there at the bottom as well, and then just different working supplies that I might need while I'm working. We have box cutters, rulers, disc resurfacer. This is an important one down here. We have thank you cards, thank you gifts as well for volume buyers or people who are spending a little bit more. We have shrink wrap over here, Ziploc bags if needed, and if we come across this side, we have our bubble wrap boxes. And if you can see too, I'm not wasting any space. This is all full of boxes ready for recycling. We even have bigger boxes tucked back there, bigger boxes up there. And I say we, my roommate Daniel, he's a reseller as well, so we all work together to use this area. We have extra supplies across the top over here, extra bubble wrap. Somebody was asking me about this too. They said, where are you getting bubble wrap so cheap? I can actually get 4 rolls this size for $27 shipped. And if you're paying more than that, reach out to me. I'll get you a link so that way you can buy some. But yeah, extra boxes. We have whiteout labels here, USPS labels here, and then eBay labels there. And this is a sports section. You know, this is obviously a garage. It's been converted across, so I have, you know, my climbing gear, disc golf stuff, whatever. And then we have the shelves back here. So you're going to also see some bins down here. We got a couple of bins, and then the shelves. So let me explain a little bit of the madness of what's going on here, just so it makes sense. So this shelf over here is marked local. It's marked local for good reason. All of the things on this shelf, including some of the stuff tucked back here and the stuff here in front, all of this stuff is deemed for local sale, yard sale. Maybe I'm going to advertise it on Craigslist or Facebook. That's what all this is for. I'm in no rush to get it out the door. It'll get out the door when it gets out the door. Up here across the top, we have special care, follow-up, local returns, hazardous, / non-online. So we have things like pop caps, cap guns, things that require extra research. This is on a hold from Amazon. Items to wash. Stuffed animals, sometimes they come in and they just got that extra dirt on them and you don't feel like hand washing them. So I wait until I have enough to, you know, do a half load at least and then chuck them on in and get them washed up. And then we have items that need testing, repair, or additional parts to make them work. And some of these items are items that you've seen over the last month or 2 months on Reseller Roundup, and I just haven't time to sit down and pop in batteries or get the correct cables, but they're slated to get done, and I like to have them here. Game consoles that need to get done. And then these are what we call rainy day items down here. These are items that require extra amounts of time and attention. So things like motherboards that need to be tested, fans, pictures that need to be identified, sets that need to be put together. You know, things that are just going to take a lot of time to process and get listed online. Those are all down here just because I don't have the time right now to get all of this done. I need to focus on the things that are ready to sell, like list them online and get them out the door. So these 2 bins represent items that are ready to get listed. Okay, and then over here is a bin of items that was already listed. So these ones were all listed over the last like 24 or 48 hours, and I kind of wanted to explain to you the workflow. So over here we have our photo station, and this is a really, really basic setup. This looks fancy. It looks like I've got money tied up into it. I really don't. You can build this for 60 bucks, including the lights if you do it correctly. It's not much at all, and you can see the wrinkles that are on there right now, but once we get a little bit of light on there, you'll be able to see that, you know, these wrinkles, it's not even a big deal. We can kind of smooth this out, throw a ruler on there, and then we're good to go. But what I was saying, guys, so I'll come over here, I'll take all my pictures, so I'll have the items that need to get listed, I'll bring them across, take all of my photos on an iPad, then that iPad goes upstairs with me. I don't sit in here when I do my listings, I take it with me on the go. And then once it's all listed up, that bin gets slid over to here. And then from here, we have our working shelves. And these shelves work on a rotation. So the items that are up here are from 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and then we have next week's that's going to be cycling in. So this item all of these items are going to cycle over to this bottom shelf. And then next week, I'm going to pull all the items off this top shelf, and then they're going to get placed on shelves down the middle. And the reason I do that is because I don't want to take an item that I just listed, go and slot it someplace, and then have to come back for it even though I just did it. So I'll place them by week, and it just makes things a little bit easier to find some of the stuff that I'm looking for. And then if we come this way, we just have shelves and shelves of inventory. I do recommend trying to sort it out by category, but sometimes that's not always possible. You can't always get everything, sorted out the way you want it. And if you see anything here that you're interested in, don't be afraid to send a message. We can work something out with you, especially if we're doing a deal privately. And then one other thing, try and place your stuff that might take the longest to sell on the top shelves, okay? You don't want to eat up this valuable real estate, the space that you have close to you, with items that are going to sit there for a while. And then also try and place your items in such a way that you're able to see everything on the shelf without having to move stuff, okay? So if you can see, I do my best to make sure that everything remains visible. Now, obviously, as you get more stock, that's going to be an issue to be able to make everything fit. But for now, this is probably, 400 or 500 items that we have in here right now, and we're able to comfortably see everything. And then this is Daniel's section over here. He kind of has the same thing going on where he keeps all of his items hyper visible. I'm actually very impressed. It's the first time I've actually slowed down and looked at his setup, but it's not bad at all. And then he keeps these on top, these little panels across the top here, to keep dust from coming down on top of his items. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a walkthrough, a little bit of an explanation as to what my flow looks like and why I do some of the things the way that I do. I also only list one day a week. I like to come in here, take all of my photos, run upstairs, sit down, throw a movie on, and just list from my iPad. List. Okay guys, that's been a very basic rundown of my warehouse space. If you have any additional questions regarding the setup and the workflow, or if you'd like me to stop and break down a specific category a little bit more for you, don't be afraid to ask. I'll be happy to show you everything that we have going on. Don't forget, every Sunday we have the Sunday live show, Sunday Reseller Roundup, where you can come in and ask any question you want about the world of reselling. I'll be happy to answer it for you. We also cover reseller news. I show you every single item that I buy every single week. I tell you what I paid for it. I tell you what I'm going to sell it for. Most times I'm right, most times. And we just have a great time. So be one of the many people that comes in and joins us this Sunday, every Sunday, for the Sunday Reseller Roundup. And remember, if you don't make that money, someone else will. Have a great day.